You ready? You feeling good?
I'm
You
feeling
comfy?
great.
All right.
By the fireplace.
I'm gonna play you something, Song request for this week. My boy Dez.
Word.
Yeah. Drop that shit, man. Let's go. Good vibes up in here right now in the Sound Centric podcast. You know what's going on.
Always.
Shout out to Dez, man. Does it feel like that? Yo, welcome to the Sound Centric podcast. I'm Sam Sarfo.
I am Adam Dash.
And welcome to this week's podcast. We have so much to talk about today. We won't waste any of your guys' time, but quick shout out for the song of the week by Dez. He's from Anne Arundel County, Maryland.
Shout out Maryland.
Yes, sir.
DMV.
Exactly. And he dropped a new song called Feel Like Love. The song's about how it feels to be in love and how when you love something or someone so much, you put nothing above them because they're that important. Very chill song, smooth sample, gives me good vibes.
Yeah. I like the description of the song.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Des, man. We appreciate you for sending that in. And if you're an independent artist, don't forget, send us your stuff. We really want to put you guys up there, and show your art to the world. So, yeah, let's get to it.
Haven't seen you a week once again.
Yeah.
Do you know your playlist name? What song is going to be on it?
I do, my friend. So, I recently just got my graduation stuff ordered, my gown and everything.
Damn.
So only like 1 month away, so it's pretty crazy. So for that reason, the playlist is called Graduation. Shout out to Kanye West.
I did College Dropout last week. We're now doing Graduation.
I was thinking about it, but I switched it to Graduation. And then my lead single for that would be 3 Nights by Dominic Fike. You know Dominic Fike?
I know him. I know the big song Phone Numbers.
Phone Numbers, okay.
I know he was just on Euphoria.
Yeah.
So people are loving him.
Yeah.
I need to listen to him more.
Listen to 3 Nights. That's probably my favorite song by him. It's obviously his biggest song, but it's amazing. Love it.
Trying to think what I'm going with this week. I'm gonna go inspired. I've been making more music this week. I've been pushing myself to do a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what song is gonna make me. Trying to think probably something by Pharrell that's gotta be on there just because he's I'll put what's the new song, Neck or Wrist? What's it called?
Neck and Wrist.
Neck and Wrist.
Yeah.
And we'll throw that on. The track's fire. Pharrell killed it. It was his 49th birthday yesterday.
Oh.
So happy birthday to the legend.
Happy birthday to the legend. And I'm happy for you too, man. I can't wait. The work that he is cooking up, guys, y'all don't even know. I'm hyping him up right now because I'm excited for you. And you're inspiring me too to start working and start writing. I remember when we were recording the iPad, a little notification came up. It's like vocal lessons. I was like, damn, this boy's working.
Nah, I never do that. I tell myself to do some like, my voice, I lose my voice so easily.
Yeah. And this weekend too, you told me that you went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Talk about that.
So my dad came to Columbus. We didn't really know what to do. So we're like, okay, we'll go down to Cleveland. There was like a basketball and hip hop exhibit that was just talking about basketball and music's like influence. That was cool. It was cool seeing the giant Jay Z painting because he was inducted last year.
Yeah.
I'm happy that I think Nas is creating a new hip hop museum in New York City.
Wow.
So finally rap will get its own thing.
That's incredible.
Just because there's a bunch of random artists, not random, there's a bunch of non-rock artists in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just because it's the main thing. Really cool place. It's really interactive. So there's a place where you can like go to a drum studio and like start drumming and they teach you how to drum. That was sick. Just a really cool experience.
In Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
Funny too, because when you went, my friend also went.
Really?
And he sent me a snap. His name, dude, he's from Jersey too.
Really? It's funny.
His name is Joey Richeza. Shout out to him. He sent me a pic, and it was like the current voting. And the only 2 hip hop I saw was Tribe Called Quest
And Eminem.
and Eminem, who's number 2 right now.
So I think you have to be like 20 years removed from your first album to get nominated for it. Really cool experience. Highly suggest to people if they've never been there. My dad just knows so many like random facts about like artists, so he's just dropping gems throughout the whole time.
Shout out to Mr. Dashevsky.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to him. Oh, and you wanted me to tell this story about Taylor Bennet.
Yes. I wish I uploaded the video, but it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
because
Just
the
talk
interview.
about it.
All right, so 5 years ago, I was a writer for my school newspaper.
Yes, sir.
And I was a huge Taylor Bennet Chance the Rapper fan at the time. And me and my friend were going to go to the concert in Philly. And my friend's like, who was also in the school newspaper, he's like, why don't we just find the manager and email him to do an interview? And I'm like, oh, okay. At the time, this is me like, I'd be in like a chem class, like hiding my notebook and writing lyrics. No one ever knew I made music, not even my siblings. And I met him and I knew like, I was sure people had rapped for him before, so I'm like, I'm gonna do something different.
Yeah.
So I made a giant, like a genius annotated sheet where it was like my lyrics on one side, highlighted and with like the same color on the next side explaining what that lyric meant. I'm not sure if he even ever read it. I'm sure he didn't. But if he did, hope he saw the creativeness in it. Wasn't the best bars. But that night I came home and I told my parents, I'm like, I love this stuff too much to never try it.
Yeah.
And we looked in from there to get a microphone. I told my siblings. And that was like a very big changing moment in my life. So shout out to Taylor Bennet.
Bro, that was a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm about to cry. I'm about to tear up a little bit.
Yeah, that was one of the scary. I mean, throughout the whole interview, I'm like thinking about like, what am I going to say to him after to do this? And it was just sick. And the next night, I went to another show for Kyle, if you know, like I Spy.
Yeah.
Was a huge fan of him at the time, and I met him. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to bring the same sheet of paper. So I gave it to him too the next night. So Kyle or Taylor Bennet, if you ever see this, if either of you remember that, I wonder what you think of that idea.
Man.
Yeah, very pivotal moment in my life.
Big things for you, Adam. I can see it, bro. I'm excited I'm excited for you, man.
So to get into our discussion, I guess a little bit of a disappointing sales week for Denzel Curry for first week sales.
Surprising.
15K. So, and I think I might have been Punch who was talking about this, but is it about our generation losing, what's the word?
Superstars?
No, losing, what's it called to focus? Being able to focus on something for a long time.
Attention span.
Attention span.
Gotcha.
Our generation doesn't have that, which is why they're not buying albums as much. Maybe it's, and we talked about this last episode. Maybe it's just the frequency of there's so much so many artists are offering so many different albums and genres that it's like hard to just pick one and keep listening to it. Like, what do you think the problem is?
Mine's gonna be unpopular, and I'm gonna talk about this a little bit in the Grammys too. But I'm not gonna say hip hop is dying, but it is. Although it is the biggest art form, I think pop will take over, and I think hip hop will go down a little bit. If you looked at these first week sales, so for Denzel Curry, it was 15,000 first week. From his whole discog, well, that 15,000, that puts him at number 47 on the Billboard 200 for Denzel, which was kind of surprising for me. He got number 32 for Zoo, and then number 28 for Taboo. And then as well, Latto as well. She didn't sell too hot as well. But it was like around, I don't know, like 10K, something like that. And I really think that it's just because there's not really a superstar anymore. You know, after Kendrick, Cole, and Drake, who are you picking? And you can't say Travis because he's a little bit older and established now.
Okay.
Think about pop.
No, I agree. It's hard.
Yeah.
And I think also for when you say pop, I think certain rappers are pop artists. Like a lot of the Megan Thee Stallions, and we see Latto, so a little bit more than him. Yeah. And like they're more poppy than like what we think of as typical rap, like New York, like instrumentalists. Because I think because rap is the most popular genre, it is kind of poppy. But I get what you're saying, that it's hard for a rapper to sell that much. And there's just so much music that's out. Yeah. So I think it's just hard because he has a strong fan base, Denzel Curry. Yeah. But I guess it's hard if you don't have like a really big hit song before it on TikTok or some shit.
Is he on a label, Denzel?
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Okay. I misspoke. Latto sold 33K, so it was more than Denzel's. Okay. But even so, that's still good for Latto. Congratulations. That's amazing. I'm not selling nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but even so, it's, if you compare the numbers like pop, you know, and obviously pop is popular music, but still, I just feel like hip hop is really taking a hit. Yeah. Because I don't see that next someone who can sell those type of records like Cole, Kendrick, and Drake.
I agree, but I think at the end of the day, what the artists care about, or like what the real artists care about, is not about their streams, but it's about your shows. And I think I saw Latto tweeting about this because someone was roasting her about her not being popular. Or it was a show, and it was a small venue. Say it was like 1,500 people. And someone's like, that's a small-ass show. Like, what the fuck? And she's like, I'm on a tour right now across the country selling out. People are paying their money to come see me. So there's a lot of artists who might have these crazy streams. Like, honestly, Lil Baby has a really hard time selling tickets. Wow. And his tours are very, like, undersold. But he's this crazy, huge artist in rap. And I think that's the difference. Like, Denzel Curry has this strong-ass fan base. So he's selling out his tours. And, like, people really love him, and Amine selling at these tours, even though his streams may not compare to, like, Dua Lipa. But also, are there pop artists who are mid-tier? I feel like if you're a pop artist, you're either huge or you're kind of like no one. Yeah. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like that's kind of how it is.
And I really love what you said. I'm going to give you an applause right there because you kind of changed my mind a little bit. Like you said, it's really just the labels who make that image. Like, for example, Lil Baby, he's this huge artist. Yeah. That's the labels' work. But in reality, he's not selling.
He's not.
He's not. So, yeah.
And, like, I've been to shows where I've been to a Migos show, and it's fun when you hear the songs that everyone loves. But there's not that many, like, diehard Migos fans. I fuck with them, but I'm not sure there's like stans who are waiting in line hours. But you go to like a Denzel Curry show or Rico Nasty or someone of that Six Black. They got people waiting in the rain for them. And like that's the shit that really matters because that will translate 10 years from now when you're 35 and you're still making music.
Yeah.
And that's how J. Cole did it. And that's why he's still thriving. He did did a tour in 2015 for $1, the Dollar in the Dream tour. And that's the type of shit that like prolongs your career.
That is facts. It's about the real art, man. Well said. And then I swear I accidentally deleted. I remember what happened. I removed the March album. So we did last episode or the episode before. But future releases are coming up. I saw the XXX and Juice Wrld collab.
That's like weird.
Disgusting.
Like we already think it's weird like one person, but you're combining two guys' vocals who are just not here to approve of it and like it's also sad because they would have made great music together. Yeah. So it's like this seems so manufactured and like fake, artificial.
It's so disgusting. I know I saw it and I was raging. I was so angry. It's just like, why?
I don't get it.
And do you think it's the parents who are doing this or it's labels or what's going on?
I bet it's the labels convincing the parents and giving them a bunch of great reasons why this will be good for them. Because I don't know the position financially these families are in, and maybe they're like, we're going to give you this, and maybe they need it, so I don't want to blame them, but it's a really hard situation to be in. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And around the same time that news came out, another news popped up about Polo G, and he revealed that he actually had an overdose. Maybe not recently, but like he did have one, and he kind of hit it up. But basically what happened was he was recording... Actually, he was, taking Jazzy Ox and overdose, but the day after, he recorded the Heartless video, shoot right after him and DJ Mustard, and that video got 100 million views. And that video was recorded the day when he got out, released from
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's just like sad. Like if you watch the Juice Wrld documentary, if you're one of these artists, I just don't get, I mean, obviously it's addiction. But like, I don't know how you can keep doing this and like overdosing and rapping about this shit until someone realizes like this is like awful for what they're teaching kids to do. And I don't know.
Yeah, and I just don't get why it's a trend either. I feel like it's mostly just when it comes to trappish, emo type vibes, melodic rap. That's where that scene is at, kind of. But hopefully it stops.
And something I've always thought was weird just about like these drug raps specifically is that they're always rapping about drugs that like they're making it seem like it's a crazy drug, but when they're on the drugs, they're like sleeping and they're like fighting to be awake. So it's like I don't know.
What's so cool about them?
Yeah, it's like a weird drug to like brag about. Like just like falling asleep.
I did like, half a Xan, 13 hours till I land. Hey.
I always thought that was funny because Drake's literally rapping about like the correct medical use of Xanax.
Exactly.
Like, he's using it very responsibly on a plane to like help with his sleep.
Thank you, Drake. Well appreciated. What a role model.
Yeah.
And then I also saw on Twitter too, Future. He dropped a tweet saying, like basically I'm dropping this month.
Word.
So I before I wasn't a huge Future fan, but now I'm loving Future more and more. So I'm excited.
I feel that. You see the performance of him and Gunna on SNL? They were getting flamed.
Oh, Push and P?
Yeah, it was awful.
It was buns.
They were just like both standing there. And that's like something also with those types of rappers that their stage presence is like just not it.
Yeah.
That they're not, like I just watching J. Cole on his Dreamville festival and I'll talk more about that later.
Yeah.
But like you can tell... Because this goes back to the whole concert thing. When you start with the 500-person crowds, you learn how to work a crowd. Because you know that embarrassment of people like saying your shit and booing you. That these guys, when they get to the top level, they're so... J. Cole's just an amazing-ass performer. And I think some of these guys who got fame very quickly, not saying Future did, but some guys just get pressed into these large venues, and that's like too hard. Like I can tell Jack... Like I've seen Jack Harlow performances, and he's amazing because he went from performing for 5 people to like... now doing this. So I think he has a stage presence. Yeah. Which is a very important thing to have.
It is important. I know I saw those tweets, man. They were flaming him.
Yeah.
And honestly, Pusha P is not that good of a song. I appreciate the meme and the slogan now, Pushin' P, but the song itself is probably the least
I don't love it.
Yeah.
And I like that album. I haven't revisited in a while. Maybe I should.
Me neither. I've been bumping the Weeknd album. Then he dropped a music video. I forget what the song is called, but it's with Jim Carrey and then the girl from Squid Games. Yeah. So it was mad dope.
I guess we can get into it with just talk about the Weeknd. It was announced today that Kanye, who was taken off or took himself off of the Coachella headlining.
Get some help, Kanye.
Yeah. And now we're getting The Weeknd and Swedish House Mafia, which I think is a pretty, like if you're going to Coachella, like you can't really complain about getting the weekend. That's gonna be sick. But I feel bad for Kanye. Like, I guess he's in this place. And also, like, it's just crazy, the whole Down to 2 experiment thing. Like, that must have just been, like, a fake album. Like, I have it on my computer. And, like, some songs he's not even rapping on it. Like, I think it was just a ploy to sell these, the fucking
stem
player, yeah.
So you're basically saying is Kanye's a douchebag.
Yeah, he's kind of a douchebag. I can get help. But
I'm excited for the weekend because I saw their tour. It's him and Doja Cat.
Yeah.
And listen, if I had the money, I would pay to see those two because that's incredible.
I think Doja Cat the other week was tweeting about retiring because
and quitting, whatever.
She did that show in Brazil or some country where the fans were harassing her.
Yep.
And she's like, I'm done. Like, I wasn't built, which I think a lot of people don't realize. And we're like, oh, it seems so good to be famous. And so many people who are famous hate it.
Yeah.
And so many people in the music industry like hate it.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit discouraging as an artist. It's like, doesn't even seem fun when you're
it's tough
at that point.
It's really, really tough.
I guess it's a balance of trying to enjoy that.
Yeah, but hopefully Doja gets better. Again, she's super talented, most underrated, and she won a Grammy too, which we'll talk about
she's
later.
amazing, and I've said this before, but I want to see her rap her ass off on
Alchemist.
Not Alchemist, maybe Madlib though. I don't know. Then we also saw Lupe released. So before it was just on YouTube, but now it's on streaming services. This is a dope song. I fuck with Lupe a lot.
Yeah, and I loved it because this was his first track that he obviously wrote and produced by himself.
Really?
So he's getting into production now. Yep.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. And then his album will be releasing soon. I'm assuming in the summer as well. The summer is looking real, real good. We'll talk about more of the songs later on. But the album's called Drill Music in Zion, which is a dope title.
Drill Music in Zion. That's hype.
That's what I'm saying. And I love Lupe.
And I was saying this last episode about how I love hip-hop because it makes me learn things about previous stuff. So Tyler, the Creator, won the Grammy while at a show. So he did a speech at his show. And he was saying, like, the Lupe Fahrenheit mixtapes are what inspired me to make this.
Wow.
And I've never heard those. So now I have to go listen to them.
I haven't heard them. Lupe mixtapes?
Yeah, from I guess, like the late registration time.
Wow.
They're called Fahrenheit. And, like, that's what I love about hip-hop because now Tyler's shouting that out. And if he's shouting that out, not that I would expect Lupe's music not to be good. I'm like, oh, this was that important to his music style. And Tyler's so important to mine. I probably should give it a listen.
I'm going to give it a listen. I didn't even know that he had mixtapes. Yeah. And then Electronica 2, there was a leak by Just Blaze. He played a little bit of the instrumental on his
How did
Instagram
it sound?
Live.
I didn't hear that.
It was pretty. It was just instrumental, but the beat was fire, and it was almost hinting at maybe some Electronica coming soon. I really do love Electronica. So
what's the second one? Is it Exhibit?
There's too many to even remember.
Whatever it is, it's one of my favorite songs of all time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the beat's crazy. Like J Electronica, J Electronica, J Electronica. Which is weird because he's anti-Semitic. He's shout out to Yarmulke. But that beat is one of the hardest beats of all time. I've made a song over that beat, like copying like, when we proceed to give you what you.
Yeah. Where's it at right now?
in the tuck, deep in the locker. I can show you it after. It's not very good. And then I saw the game said, or the manager said that he's coming with a diss. Yeah. I kind of want Eminem not to respond to it.
I just don't want him to drop it. Like, that's lame. And the fact that they actually have a good relationship, and I don't know why the game is hating of him all of a sudden. I even have this clip of the game talking about Eminem real quick. Let me load this up. If it'll even load up.
Gotta hope there's no ad coming up.
You really did a brother dirty. Keep talking.
Oh, shit, sorry. Well, I guess while you're loading that up, I'm trying to see what we had next. The A$AP Rocky on Drink Champs. So I'm not a huge fan of those interviews. I just feel like those guys kind of dick ride whoever's on there. So, like, Kanye talking shit about Big Sean, they're laughing and everything. Then Big Sean comes on, they're like, oh, no, I understand what you're saying. They're not my favorite guys, but that means an A$AP Rocky album is coming.
That's what I'm hoping.
That gets me really excited because I don't want to say Rocky's underrated.
Yeah, to me, he's one of the best. I'll say like maybe at least top 10 of this generation.
He's just very transcendent in what he rap, like his style of rap, and I think something like Testing really like is similar to what's getting popular now, and that he was kind of ahead of his time with that, and you have to give him his flowers for being that ahead of the curve on those types of things.
And that album was hated on, but it was a good project, a really good project. Again, it was just something different, and people were shitting on it because it wasn't old Rocky or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's see if this video will load this time. This is the game real quick.
Eminem is the only rapper that nobody ever wants a problem with, including myself, man. Eminem is like the most lyrically insane. Even when I was going at 50 and me and Dre wasn't seeing eye to eye, man. I stayed away from the white dude, because he a problem.
I remember this.
Understand,
I've seen this.
You know what I'm saying? Like Eminem, I don't think it's a rapper he won't slay, and you don't even want a war with Eminem,
Yeah, so that's what he was saying literally back in like 2010, 2011. And they have a good relationship again. And really helped him on his documentary album. He even has a feature on the project. So for him to switch all of a sudden, again, weird Kanye energy all of a sudden. And,
weird. Well, he's always been kind of a lame with his personality. I was actually watching a video on YouTube that was called like The Downfall. Or not The Downfall, but it was talking about he just picks all these like weird fights and he's gotten involved in many fights that weren't even involving him.
Really?
Where he just like places himself in it and starts talking shit on someone. And it's just like weird behavior. And if I'm M, don't respond to this guy. You're gonna give him so much more attention. Let his diss record flop, and no one talk about it.
Get promo for his upcoming album if he does drop it. One of the lyrics that leaked was, "Tell Dre I'm better than every rapper he signed, and if Slim Shady white, I guess I'm sniffing coke lines." So that was a leak that popped up from the song.
Wait, if I'm white, I'm sniff. I guess it's fine. It's a good line.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. It wasn't too shabby. And I also saw Russ and Boogus. Boogus is basically a lifelong friend of Russ's. They've been childhood friends, and they came up together. Russ just happened to get more of the superstardom. Yeah. And they now officially opened an independent label. It's called Diamond. Really, really dope.
That's awesome.
Yeah, artists own all the rights, ownership, and masters.
Bro, we've talked about this. He needs respect. He needs it, because... And I was just saying this before, how it seems like the industry sucks, and he's trying to make it like a better place. And I've seen, I think it was Vince Staples was saying in an interview once, he said if these labels prefer you dead, if they really cared about you, they would offer you health insurance and like things that normal jobs would provide you, and dental insurance, stuff like that. And I've always thought like, because as someone who's like applying for jobs to work at labels, it is a little like unencouraging that the artists don't seem to love them. And it's cool that Russ is starting something that he's taking what he's learned from his experience and what he's heard from other artists, and he's trying to do it right.
Yeah.
And it's annoying, the Russ slander. Maybe he said some corny things about drug use of rappers, but so is Cole.
Yeah, that's what I saw the hate kind of stems from when he was talking about that. But even so, like, the fact that he's just completely independent, doing this for artists, how he makes his own music, he does everything self-made. I love it. The first signing for that is La Russell. He's a California artist, so shout out to him. And then another thing, Nature Wells. Not even that. I don't want to say it like that. He works with Nature Wells.
Yes, Steve.
He's made some of the videos.
That's so sick.
Steve Mueller. So basically,
shout
Russ.
Steve.
Yeah, shout out Steve for real. Congratulations, and we'll get to that news. But basically, Russ is going on tour, and he's looking for photographers, videographers, and he said, drop your work below the tweet thread. And Steve put out his work, incredible video. If you're not seeing, go follow Steve, man. And Russ picked him and he said, yo, you coming on tour with me? So Steve is going to go on tour with Russ and do that whole process. So shout out to Steve for real.
It's really awesome seeing people get recognition when you are a fan of them. And I I love Nate Joel as a rapper artist, but I don't know if I would have gotten as into him if I had never seen these videos that Steve drops with him. You are now entering a vibe.
Yeah.
Because that's something that can really help you as an artist, is just finding your team, finding your photographer, finding your engineer, finding your videographer, and shout to him. It's so well deserved.
Yeah.
Because that tour video that he did tweet under, it was sick. Because I think it's crazy when artists have shitty ass album work. I'm like, yo, look under your tweet, and you'll see 10 tweets from kids on Adobe Photoshop making a dope ass cover that's 10 times better than the cover you chose. Yeah. So shout out to Steve, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to him. I was so excited when I saw that too. But now, what we've all been waiting for. We're going to get to the 2022 Grammys, which is actually a flop because it was the least watched Grammys of all time.
Yeah, dude. I mean, they didn't even air the rap album of the year because 4 of the 5 artists did not show up.
Yeah.
And I saw people criticizing it, but what were they supposed to do? None of the artists showed up.
Exactly. And it wasn't just that. They didn't show any of the rap categories but one.
I didn't watch the show, really.
Me neither. I had to study for exam the next day, so I had to put it to the side. But no, they didn't show any rap category but one, which was the best
rap song. It was whatever
Baby Keem won for. Yeah. And that was wild. I was kind of like, what the hell? Especially rap is the biggest genre. And then like you said, well, none of the rappers showed up. So, they, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not going to support in the Grammy business mindset, if you're not going to come to our show, then why would we present these awards?
No, I get what they were coming from.
Exactly.
I was too busy watching the Dreamville Fest live stream. Cole World performing Love. Cole performed Too Deep for the intro. It was fucking sick.
Too Deep. Oh, from mixtapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is awesome when an artist goes back in the catalog and plays like the old shit that fans love.
Man. J. Cole Loki got snubbed. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
At the end of the day, I think Tyler, the Creator, was going to win no matter what. Because
for sure.
Drake said he pulled his name out even though he didn't. But he said, I'm not, like, I shouldn't be on here. Kanye obviously wasn't going to get it. Mm-hmm. Cole famously doesn't support the Grammys. And Tyler, I thought already had the best album. And on top of all those other artists criticizing the Grammys, like, he was going to win.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's sick. Tyler, Creator, I think he is now the only artist to win 2 Rap Album of the Years are Kendrick Lamar, Outkast, and it was someone, Kanye West.
What is this for?
The only artist to ever win more than 1 Rap Album of the Year.
Eminem and Jay.
And Eminem. I'm not sure Jay, honestly.
Loki might not be.
Eminem was on there.
Eminem, but I don't know about Jay actually. Now that
congratulations, Tyler, because people might say he's not supposed to be in that discussion.
Oh, please.
Give him 10 years. He's in that discussion.
His discography is insane now, and from what he has, that's 3 for 3
in a row. Yeah.
So where he's gonna go after this? My goodness.
Have we seen a run like Tyler is on since Kanye?
Kendrick, but apart from Kendrick.
Yeah, you're right, Kendrick.
Yep. And then I'll give J. Cole. Now, I'll For Your Eyes was kind of hated on when it first came out.
I love For Your Eyes only, but then people say KOD. I also love KOD, but people don't love it.
That was a drop. You went from Forest Hill Drive to For Your Eyes.
I don't care. I love that. I'm trying to think. And Freddie, I guess you could say, has this pretty crazy run right now with, what was it, Alfredo, Bandana, and what was in between there?
Pinata. No, well, I guess Pinata, but
that
it was
years ago.
Years ago, yeah. But to run through this real quick, of course, like we said, Tyler won Album of the Year, Best Rap Performance, which is where I thought J. Cole got snubbed. Family Ties won. When My Life was in there.
I don't like Family Ties. It's not my song.
I liked it, but it should not be Best Rap Performance. Especially, dude, give J. Cole his Grammy. He technically has one, but that's
from 21 Savage.
From 21 Savage, which is mad disrespectful, honestly.
My Life is so fucking good.
It's great. I'm surprised how it didn't win. Best Rap Song, Jail won, which is a very odd choice to even include Jail.
Even the fans were like, that's not even a top 3 in the album.
It really isn't.
It's not my thing.
But I guess, and Kanye pissed on the Grammys.
Jail tonight. Yeah, I don't know why they keep rewarding this guy.
Like, what? These guys aren't serious, honestly.
Like, sometimes they seem really biased, and I guess this is the most unbiased choice ever because they should hate him. I don't know. It's weird.
Annoying. Also, shout out to Silk Sonic too. They swept the Grammys completely.
Dude,
5 out of 5.
That video is so funny.
Up there.
I'm trying to be humble. We call that a clean sweep.
And he starts shaking his little silky hair.
And fucking Bruno Mars pulled out a cigarette and starts smoking it on stage.
And you think that people would hate him, but you gotta love him.
Because they're like playing a character.
Yeah.
Like they're playing these like 70s funkadelic guys that like slap people in the face and shit.
And they won Record of the Year and Song of the Year for Leave the Door Open. Incredible.
And so I'm not sure how it works with like the Grammy voting, but it sucks that this album's gonna be for next year. It's gonna be so far removed at that point. But hopefully they win Album of the Year.
Yeah. Oh, so yes, that's right. So it didn't get included.
That's why it wasn't like awarded for anything album wise. Just leave the door open.
I think they got to change the dates for that. That's really weird.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
They also won Best R&B Performance, tied with your girl Jasmine Sullivan.
Yes, sir.
So she won 2 Grammys as well. That and Best R&B Album. So congratulations to her. Also watching the Grammys too. Now I've officially become a pretty good Olivia Rodrigo fan.
Really?
I really like her. She's really good.
I like the "Good for You." It's a undoubtedly catchy ass song. I don't know anything else.
I like Driver's License. Check out Driver's License. Really great storytelling. She won Best New Artist, Best Pop Solo, and Best Pop Vocal Album. Doja and SZA won Best Pop Duo. Of course, Baby Keem won that performance. And yeah, that's really it. Most of the good stuff from
it. It was funny hearing Baby Keem talk because he talks like he sounds like Donald Glover, but he like raps like. Hopefully,
he continues the work he's doing. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but hopefully I grow on him more.
Yeah, dude, people were saying, what would they compare? People were saying, can Baby Keem get as big as Travis Scott? And I think we're forgetting how famous Travis Scott is.
Yeah.
And how many endorsements he has and how he has albums that have changed. He's one of the most influential rappers of our generation. Mm-hmm. So many kids are rapping like Travis Scott. So let's chill out. I like the Baby Keem album, but it wasn't anything that Travis has released. And I'm not even I wouldn't even say I'm like a Travis fan. And like I put some respect in Travis Scott's name.
I just know my friends are mad because they're saying Baby Keem won a Grammy well, an actual Grammy first project before J. Cole. But that's what happens when you have that Kendrick pack, supporting you.
Yeah. What year was 2014 Forest Hill Drive the same year as like a Kendrick album? Like what?
Yeah, so that was why. To Pimp a Butterfly. It was
Really?
almost, yep. So you can't, exactly what I'm saying. You can't blame the
Right,
Grammys.
I thought it was the year. I thought To Pimp a Butterfly would have been the year after.
Again, because of the weird timing of the Grammys. And then also with Tyler, I wanted to play this clip too. If you don't know the DJ Khaled and Tyler beef, basically DJ Khaled clown Tyler.
Mysterious music.
Mysterious music. So this is what Tyler had to say to DJ Khaled.
Oh, you're seething and angry and no one listens to that album. These arena tours that are selling out says different. And if you put that much energy into something, maybe everyone will be proud of you too. Love to everyone. And yeah, the sun is fucking beaming, bitch. Call me if you get lost. Definitely not finished.
Some beaming.
Like you say, it's not
12
finished.
years in.
Yeah.
Got a second one. Didn't expect it. So let's see what the fuck is next.
Yes, sir. Congratulations to him, man. He's on top right now. Actually, Tyler, after Kendrick, Cole, and all of them, I think Tyler's the dude. Tyler's the dude who's going to take over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing I love about Tyler as a fan is that it's a very 2-year cycle of all of his albums, always in the summer. Mm-hmm. So I kind of know when he's dropping next. He's going to drop in one more year.
Is that true? All of them are in the summer?
I'm trying to think this. So everything's in the summer, and it's always 2 years apart. And he feeds his fans. You know it's going to be totally different.
Nonstop.
And he's a god of making music. He is really good at it.
Congratulations to him, man. Enough of the Grammy talk. Let's get to some of the independent artists we love. Adam brought some in. Speak on them.
So first up, we got, I think it's independent artist. We were just debating this before.
Yeah.
I was trying to look into it. Redveil featuring Sam Truth, Better. Play the song first.
Yeah. If this is distorted, that's just because of copyright situations, but we'll see.
It gets better. This shit is so good. I think Sam Truth was sounding like Frank Ocean kind of on the chorus. And I mean that in the best compliment way possible because obviously Frank's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Sam killed the chorus.
He did.
Redveil, I love he just raps for it's one continuous verse until the end. He's producing this entire album. He is 17 years old, so fuck him. I'm jealous. And like at the end of the song, the beat like changes. He's special.
He is special. Again, you said he's 17 and he's producing and making these songs. This came with the music video as well on YouTube. Go check that out. And it's already at 100 plus K views.
Oh, he's getting big. Oh, I saw he posted a picture of him and Mike Dean, which is sick together. So he's getting respect. Maybe not I hope respect from like
looks,
big people. Yeah, he's getting looks, or at least he's in the same studio as Mike Dean. So that's sick.
Wow.
Another artist that came to my attention was Ishmael Nehemiah with Summer Breeze. This was a great R&B track. Play this one. Who does this remind me of? It reminds me of someone. I can't put my finger on it.
I don't know.
I like his voice, a little nasally, but it's a good voice.
I mean, I love it. It's catchy. It just gives me summertime vibes. Yeah. I know I can see myself like driving in a car and just chilling.
Columbus is so cold. I need some.
Columbus is so cold. Is New Jersey? I mean, New Jersey's cold too, right?
Same thing as Columbus. Like the same thing with like the weather going from 70 degrees to 40 the next day.
Okay.
Shit's annoying.
It is very.
I just want some nice weather.
Yeah.
Then my guy Reed Stark's new song Bristol. He was sending me some unreleased tracks for his album coming out this summer, and this man's beat choice and flow is special.
Yep, let's
so play
run it
this
out.
one. I like this. He's got that JID Kenny Mason grip type.
Yeah.
God damn.
This is crazy.
This man doesn't breathe.
That was crazy.
Shout out to Reed. I'm really excited for everyone to hear this album because I'll show you some tracks after. He's got some tracks up his sleeve with some choruses from feature artists that are amazing.
That was heat. That was really, really heat. Wow.
Then last up for me, another R&B artist I'm a huge fan of, Lily Aviana with her new song Sunrise. She's a dope ass singer.
Let me play this. Amazing voice.
Just that vibey ass music. And I like that in the back of the beat, that they're little it's like hypnotizing.
That was such a loud bomb.
It's a world premiere.
But yeah, amazing. Super talented and a real hustler, man. She is putting in so much work into her project, and she's working, working and making the music as well.
Yeah.
And it's a lot, especially being an independent artist. So kudos to her.
Yeah, she's a part of that whole squad of like Dende, Chris Patrick. I saw she performed at South by Southwest with Dende. Beautiful performance. Like them singing together was amazing.
Wow.
I wish I could have been there for that.
Yeah.
Then to get into some of our more mainstream artists.
Yes, sir.
Last night.
The GOAT.
Last night there was a snowstorm.
I like that. A snowstorm.
There was a blizzard. Pusha T and Jay Z, Neck and Wrist, produced by Pharrell Williams. Happy 49th, Pharrell.
Happy.
This is the best one they've released so far.
From Pusha's single?
From Pusha.
Look, dude, I like Diet Coke a lot.
You said the best song ever, too.
I know, but I really like that song. I like everything Pusha's released, even Hear Me Clearly.
Yeah.
So far, everything
Hear Me Clearly
has
has definitely grown on me.
Man.
I just thought my problem with Diet Coke and Hear Me Clearly, I just thought the beats are really cool, but there's nothing special, I thought. And I think Pharrell brought it back with this like Hell Half No Fury vibe. It got them rapping like in weird flows again.
Yeah.
And like Jay just like something about his pen game. I just love it. I know people were complaining about the awkward flow.
Yeah, that was from Beautiful Takes on Twitter. I saw that. I'm like, bro, that is whack.
Bro, I love his flow. He's just, I'm trying to find one of these Jay Z lines. I love him.
And this is what I'm talking about, man. Have something to say. And he talked about the commission.
Yeah.
He said, and that people,
The commission was Jay, Big, and
just them. That's their collab album that was an unreleased. So basically, Detox back then.
Yeah.
But obviously, Biggie died, and it just didn't go through. That's what they're known for.
Yeah. So there was this guy named Faison. If you know who that is, I think he's a rapper.
I don't.
He was roasting like Jay Z years ago, saying he didn't sell drugs and stuff. So the first line is the phase I'm on, love. I wouldn't believe it either. So he's saying like the phase I'm on. What's this? Phase I'd be like Jay Z's a cheetah. I wouldn't listen to Reason either. Oh, he's so damn good. He's so damn slick with the flows. Push, I love when he's on these like weird flow shit. Cause I don't need him being like the scary aggressive every time. I kind of like what he did here, where he's like kind of pitching his voice up. I think it's Pharrell doing that high pitched voice somewhere in the track
on the chorus. And you said Pharrell produced this.
Yes.
Not Kanye.
Not Kanye. I think it was Neptune's, or at least just Pharrell.
I'm telling you, man. I take back my statements, but probably no one even remembered. Pusha T, I think, will have the best rap album this year. Unless, I guess, like I said before, pending Kendrick and what he's doing. But I think, dude, Neptune's and Kanye West at your disposal, it's going to be a problem for the game. And
to kind of go against my own point, I said Freddie Gibbs was my album I'm most excited for the year. I don't want to see Ice Cream on this album with Rick Ross. It was just the most basic song. I think it was produced by Kenny Beats or sounds like something.
Kenny Beats.
And I already heard his album with Kenny Beats with these types of beats on them. And he was hyping it up that this album would have features people weren't expecting. Rick Ross is like number 2 of who I was expecting to be on this album. So this was not my favorite from Big Rabbit.
You took the words right out of my mouth. When I heard this, my excitement for the album went pew.
Yeah. And I like the Jada Kiss record, but even that beat choice in that song I didn't think was that special.
Oh, I like that song a lot. That song I thought was fire. This one I hated already because it was already been done. Wu-Tang made Ice Cream. Wu-Tang made the first Ice Cream. And again, about, all women come in all different flavors.
Yeah.
But this, I hated. I didn't like the beat. I didn't like the flow he was using. I did not really mess with the song like that. Also, when you told me about the whole tweet thing and the meaning of the Houston, that really, that carried with me. I was not happy when Freddie did that. So, that really rubbed me the wrong way.
I think some of his online beef stuff has definitely made me, less excited for him. Which is, just kind of sad. Because I wish it didn't, infect how I feel. But it's dude, stop tweeting.
Exactly.
I want to see you make some fire-ass music. The song that came out last night as well, Schoolboy Q, Soccer Dad, I think they're feeling that Dreamville pressure.
Yes, sir.
They're like, who is the song? Schoolboy, you ready? I guess go, let's go. This is a really cool track. I was telling you before, I kept waiting for the drums to start bashing in. But this was a cool beat, and it was the same thing throughout. I said A$AP Rocky would have sounded sick on this. I like the chorus, but how do you feel about this one?
I love this song, man. And a little backstory to the song. Schoolboy Q has a daughter. She plays
Yeah.
soccer, and I know in the interviews he always talks about like I'm just a normal guy. I play golf.
He did. I remember him
Yep.
saying I think Mac Miller got him into golfing.
Yep. R.I.P. Mac Miller, and he goes to his daughter's soccer games, and that's the most important thing to him. He said in an interview. So to call this soccer down, I'm like, oh, I cannot
That's
wait to
awesome.
hear this. I heard this, and it is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Schoolboy Q is one of the most underrated rappers, underappreciated rappers, and especially on TDE. When I heard the Dreamville D-Day mixtape, which we'll talk about later, Adam, you were talking in my head a little bit. I'm like, okay, Dreamville's the best? Okay, I kind of agree, Adam. But then I heard Schoolboy Q, and I'm like, nah, that's only because we forgot about TD because they haven't been dropping. Once TD drop, it's going to be a problem.
I'll go on my Dreamville rant when we get to the album.
I also saw that SZA was dropping too, which is really good.
Yeah.
She said her album is basically complete. From her words, she said album coming very soon. I actually just finished it up in Hawaii recently. It's probably my most unisex album yet. If that makes sense, definitely for everybody in a different way. They got guns loaded, my friend.
I mean, I saw there's a picture Dreamville tweeted of Ari Lennox, and it was a whiteboard of 100 songs, like literally 100. And she's like, "I'm trying to pick out this album."
Ari said that?
Yeah, it was crazy. Then we got a new Vince Staples track, Rose Street for his album, Ramon, something Street.
I forget the name of the project.
Sorry, Vince. Dope track, and Magic, the other single, was one of still probably my favorite single of the entire year.
That was
like I love that track, so I'm very excited for this album. Only 2 features, Lil Baby and Ty Dolla $ign. That Ty song's me crazy, I think, because when he's on this like DJ Mustard production, this type of West Coast production, he just flows.
It's a vibe, and I really love this music. And hopefully, like it's more like trendy mainstream a little bit, so hopefully you can get some Billboard numbers and some good stats. The album's called Ramona Park, broke my heart.
I knew it was Ramona's.
Yeah, really great song, no complaints. I'm excited for what he has in store, for real. And then we already talked about Freddie Gibbs, but again, TD wrote out done. Some quick mentions too. Chris Brown dropped a song. How do you feel about Chris Brown?
I don't mind him. I don't listen to him.
Okay.
My friends are big fans.
Yeah.
The Kalani and JB song was really good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that track. Her project is coming out on April 29th. It is called Blue Water Road. And then that Chris Brown song was called We, a.k.a. Warm Embrace. But now, we can get to the real deal.
Let's go!
DJ Drum, GANGSTA GRILLZ.
Y'all ain't ready for this. So, Sam knows my obsession. I'm a Dreamville stan.
Yes, you are.
All these guys, and I wish, I'm not sure if it's just because they're on Dreamville, but I love all of them. I saw that tweet, D-Day album, GANGSTA GRILLZ mixtape dropping Thursday at 7. And I don't know the last time I was this excited for an album. Maybe the Silk Sonic album I was that excited for. And it delivered.
Yeah.
It did what it was supposed to do. And I talked about this last episode. I'm like, yelling rap is not my new thing. Me this week at the gym, stick! Oh my God, this shit is so good. God damn, the beat choice on these, like, it's different than the Revenge of the Dreamers. It's not that boom bap, soulful stuff they were kind of on.
Yeah.
This was hard. I love that these guys, I love that Kenny Mason's on a project with J. Cole. Like, that's dope to me. And Shaq West coming back, haven't heard him in a while. I thought he did his thing on that track, then Cole fucking went off. So I rep more shooters than Rich Paul's agency.
My goodness.
When they get the ducking, they get clutching. Trying to think what other songs I loved in this one. They just all did their things. I'm starting 5, Loot, Cause, Drama Send, you get Chris Rocked at your socks. Keep my name out your fucking mouth. Then Omen saying, you rappers like DeMar DeRozan, straight mid.
Absolute bars on this one, man.
Boz the ASAP Ferg on Life, or which was that, Lifestyle?
It was Lifestyle.
Yeah, Lifestyle.
Yep.
Ghetto Gods Freestyle. I know you didn't love that track, but I love the Earth Gang Boys. 2 Chainz has 2 features on this, and I love his voice. I like him on this type of shit more than his badass pop album. Ari Lennox, the concept of coming down, just like a guy like being addicted to drugs, and she does her thing. And Blackberry Sap, Barry from Simpson, who I believe was JID's manager, which is what it's about. Shit's like,
look at this man smile. Look at this smile on this guy's face.
This is why I love rap music. This is the best label.
Yeah.
I think J. Cole's not the head of it. Hamad is.
Shout out to Ebe.
Eve's the GOAT. But is this the best artist run label ever?
One of.
With like feeding the fans with what shut the fuck up. Feeding the fans with like what they want. Like, this is crazy. A GANGSTA GRILLZ mixtape surprise drop. Cause like maybe they heard like we were all waiting like when is this JID album gonna come out? Like, oh, they keep teasing this Boz stuff and Ari Lennox, it's been a while. full mixtape.
It's definitely one of
And Kaz
yeah.
too.
And yeah, all of them, man. And you said something that perked me up a little bit. You talked about Revenge of the Dreamers.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that album. Like that
Really?
album was deleted from my memory after I heard it once.
Really? I think it's one of my favorite albums ever.
I was gonna ask you this mixtape or Revenge of the Dreamers.
All right.
And I'm gonna pick this one. Might be recency bias, but I know when I heard Revenge of the Dreamers again, it was like the soulful stuff. But this one was just hard, crazy energy.
So the only reason I'm gonna pick Revenge of the Dreamers.
Okay.
One, that documentary is one of my
facts.
favorite things ever. Just as a rap fan, seeing that, and just the artist. There was just more artists on that. Just the whole concept of them going in there for a week makes the album a little bit more cool. It has all the artists. It had like Buddy on it going off, and it had all these artists that I was a really big fan of that were getting their shine. Like Deontay Hitchcock's on that album. So I thought that was a really cool concept, what they did. And even the deluxe for that, songs like Big Black Truck, Still Up by Earth Gang. Like, these are songs that are, like, really, like, there's very rare that a deluxe album has songs that are big songs for me. So I'm going to go with that for now.
Okay.
But that just, like, that's no slight to this album.
Yeah.
This is my favorite album of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And like you said, definitely Dreamville's going down in the history books as one of the greatest rap labels. And I'm talking about Death Row. I'm talking about Shady Records, G-Unit, Rockefeller, all of them.
And I'm not even talking about the success of their individual artists. It's just that they're doing so well at providing fans with what they want.
It's all of it. All of
just
it.
the festival this weekend, they had DJ Drama with Lil Wayne, T.I., and Jeezy.
Yes.
Like,
in
that's
their hometown.
Doing their mixtape stuff. They'd Wiz Khalifa doing stuff from Just Kush and OJ. Like, that's some real hip hop shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's awesome what they're doing.
Yeah.
And we're getting Kaz on Big Trouble Freestyle over Who Shot Ya.
I was shocked when I heard that. I said, "Oh, slow down."
And I heard Heaven's EP before because Cole dropped it the first half of the year. But hearing him over Pipe Down, sick.
Yeah, man. This project, like you said, you said it all, man. It's really incredible. I liked every single track, unfortunately, except for that second track. What was it called? Ghetto Gods Freestyle. I enjoyed it, but it was something different, which I got to get used to.
Pinky Ring Fleek.
Yep.
Pinky Real Pink.
My favorite. Like, what was he saying? I was just so confused. I remember I was just driving, and I'm just like, wait, what is he saying? The third song, for sure, Lifestyle, Boz, ASAP Ferg. That was probably my favorite song.
I thought she was fire.
Actually, no. That's cap. Starting 5. That's one of the beat switch. And then,
crazy beat switch.
Starting 5 was my favorite song. Oh my God, they murdered that track.
And something cool, so during each Dreamville performance during the festival, so it was on Amazon Prime, they would interview the artists and they were talking about Josie Flows. This album, like, I think some of the songs like Stick were made months previous.
Okay.
But like Josie Flows was because Baz and Earth Gang were in Johannesburg in Africa, and Ebe called him and like he's like, "We're doing this, like, get the song today." And they were in Johannesburg, so they made a Josie Flows, which is crazy. Like, they did it like they put this together real quick.
And I'm so happy they did this with DJ Drama. Like, that is so hype.
And shout out DJ Drama, got a Grammy this week, dropped a
for Tyler's.
Yeah, he's part of it.
Yep, that is true.
And this is labeled a GANGSTA GRILLZ mixtape, and like he's just getting his flowers. He's doing his thing with Jack Harlow and his label.
Yeah. And a quick shout out to, honestly, J. Cole, who doesn't even need it because he is well established. But of course, we haven't heard from Kendrick in a long time. But man, he's getting in better and better. And the freedom of speech,
fire.
My goodness,
I love, dude.
He's improving so much, getting better. I'm so excited for the Fall Off, and I really hope this next project, which is going to be the Fall Off, is going to be a bomb for hip hop, and it's going to really prove that. No questions at all. J. Cole is one of the greatest and definitely one of the top 10.
I mean, I'm as happy as someone that's my favorite artist of all time. Like, every time he drops, he just makes me feel more certified on my choice. Like, that's why I fucking love him. He's delivering what I want. And I said this to you before. The next step is to give me that Funk Flex freestyle with all Dreamville. I think that'd be awesome. Good Music did it. Yeah. Let me see Dreamville up in there.
Yeah, okay, man. Kudos to Dreamville. Like you said, they are really doing what's right and really feeding the fans. TDE, hopefully we see some stuff. But yeah.
Dude, they've been teasing this Black Hippie thing for like years, and we've got 2 Revenge of the Dreamers albums, or 2 Dreamville tapes in the past 3 years.
Hey, you better keep that energy once they drop.
I'm down for it. When are they going to drop?
Hey, Schoolboy Q is teasing, SZA's teasing, and then the one and only K-Dot.
K-Dot Lamar. An album I wanted to give a quick shout out to.
For sure.
Master Lee and Kyla Beats, Cross Country. This is some shit if you're like a fan of like the Madlib production, like if you want something like Bandana. Kyla Beats killed this shit.
Okay.
Master Lee, bars are crazy, features always deliver on this. So if you're really into that 90s soulful production, this is crazy.
Rap, hip-hop?
Hip-hop.
Okay.
It's like I think it's a lot of songs. I think it's like over 15.
Okay, that's fine.
But if you want something just like drive around to. This shit's fire.
That's crazy now. Nowadays, 15 songs is a
lot.
That's
true.
crazy. But I'll take a listen. What was the name again?
Cross Country.
Cross Country. Okay, I'll take a listen. And you said Madlib Beats?
Yeah. Fire.
Yes, sir. Well, that's all we had for you guys today.
Yep.
If you stay tuned to the very end, thank you so much. If you're listening through streaming, rate us 5 stars, please. And if you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, join the community. We just want to build something, for you guys, for independent artists. Talk about the culture,
Yes, sir.
Anything you got to say, my boy?
Nah, we good.
Nope, and we are out.
Peace.